we're back at the Red Sofa, Automotive Logistics and Supply Chain Europe. We're here with Fabian Pobantz, VP Operational Digitalisation and IT Supply Chain and Purchasing at Schaeffler. You've just come off a panel on digital strategies for agile and competitive supply chain. So I just wanted to dive into a little bit more of the topics there with our audience at home. So just diving a little bit quickly into your digitalization journeys and, what would you identify as the key goals in this transformation, be that cost, productivity, risk mitigation, or something else?
Yeah, I think I'll choose something else and focus more on the people part. I think here, when we really want to drive digital transformation into the mature level that we need, the people part has to be at the front of the organization, right? Not only from the execution and from the employees that will benefit of this transformation and adding more AI technologies to the daily business, but also from the leadership perspective, to really also support our leaders to understand what AIs are all about, particularly with Gen AI and these LLM models, to really have them experience what the employees will experience on the daily business. It's a good enabler for them to understand the challenges, but also the opportunities where we come with the crazy ideas or where we come with these very disruptive projects in a smaller scale.
Yes, and as you say, the supply chain is exposed to increasing amounts of disruptions, be that tariffs, supply chain shutdowns, fluctuation in volumes. Can you share some examples of how digital tools and processes help you navigate those risks and unpredictability?
Yeah, more than navigating those risks and unpredictability, I think that's something my colleague Tamo already spoke a little bit in the ALS in Munich late last year, but yeah, AI is here to help. This is clear. Transport disruption and how do we lever those data into decisions? It's the biggest insight we can lever. I have to say, we should try it, not be afraid. Always the reasons why we are pushed to do this were probably not the right ones back at the COVID pandemic and so on, but to carry that momentum and to keep thriving with new activities in new use cases, I think this is something we want to focus a lot. And at Schaeffler, this year, it's more about impact and execution. And I have to say, my central function, the divisions have different priorities. So it's more about not the big picture setup, but to really bring down to granularity in every single organization, what is the supply chain main pain point they have, where we can contribute with digital solutions. So I think we are no longer anymore in this big world, high level. We are becoming more mature and granular to every single case. So hard to answer one, but it's a case-by-case driven, but I'm happy we are in the right direction to be mature on that way.
Thank you. It's a hard question to answer right now. But AI is a hot topic. But for the supply chain and logistics sectors, can you separate the hype from the reality?
Yeah, absolutely. I think part of the discussions we were coming out is in the demand planning part. I think we're no longer in the hype. AI is there and has been there for a while, maybe with less complex algorithms supporting our demand forecasting figures. But now we are really trying to step it up to the hype again of the agents and bots and assistants. So now we are no longer jumping from nothing or basics to one. We are really in AI to the next upcoming hype. So it's a little bit tricky, but it's fun, I have to say. We are still allowed to try and play in our environment. I have to say here, for example, Schaeffler is also part of the hype and driving the hype in the humanoid example. So we are heavily involved in that. There is an entire department in our CEO function driving the humanoid topics for particular use cases in logistics. So here is where I would say there's a hype, but there's a strong belief that this is something that will mature. So we are together with other startup humanoid company working very good to see how the hype becomes a reality, right? So Gen AI, I think it's still a hype, but it's here to stay. It will go nowhere. It's like the smartphone, I have to say, always. Steve Jobs came some years ago and said, this is the new base and disruptive thing, and now nobody came back to the old phones or the Blackberries. Now we are just evolving from that, and I believe Gen AI is the similar situation. We all have to embrace it and carefully navigate to mature into it.
Thank you. And staying on the IA topic, I mean, you've just come out of a hackathon as well on that.
Yeah.
What were some of the key takeaways and discussion points that you from there?
Yeah, well, I was supporting in this part of freight and transportation management, and for me the key takeaway is the awareness of collaboration between the carriers, the LSPs, the receiving companies of the goods, but also to the level of the drivers, to be able to bring data together and then find clear rules of collaboration so AI can benefit everyone. And I think in logistics, in transport, this is for me an eye-opener that there is the will, but we still have a long way to go before AI is quickly stepping in, because it's all about leverage, Incoterms, trust, and accessing data from others. But I heard only the wish to, rather than the will not to do, right? So, and I think that for me, the key takeaway that all these players in the transport organization want to contribute, and we just need to find a way that we can lever that together.
Thank you. I love that you touched on the topic of collaboration. Someone said to me that we're all glued together, so I love that we've touched on that, and it's definitely a key topic here at the event.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Fabian. It's great to have you with us, and
Thank you for
it's a
inviting
pleasure.
me.
Thank you so much.
All right. Until the next time, guys.